It's an all-new episode of The Good Stuff. And today, we're turning up the taste, the trends, and the summer vibes.
Don't change the channel, because I'm about to tell you something that I've never told you before.
Design legends Colin and Justin reveal how to have that effortless vacation home look without leaving your house. Then, office style redefined. We're showing you how to elevate your 9-to-5 looks. Plus, Top Chef Canada judge Eden Grinshpan joins us with bold, veg-forward dishes from her new cookbook.
Oh my God, Eden! Absolute wizard. That is delicious.
And Mary's in the kitchen with a fresh twist on a classic. Her Caprese Pasta Salad is the dish your picnic table's been waiting for. And it all starts now.
Show. We are starting off in the kitchen today with a spring, dare I say, slightly summery dish that is the perfect get ahead. We're making my Caprese Pasta Salad with pesto chicken. Does that sound good? Yeah. Now, okay, I'm gonna admit something to you. There was a time in my life that I thought I was like past pasta salad. Like I thought I was like, that's for like university age Mary. We're over it. But no, don't yuck my yum. I love pasta salad, it's delicious. It's also the best thing to do because you get to make something that you can eat right away, but it also stores in the fridge super well, so you've got lunch the next day, which is a total dream. So the first thing I need to do for this recipe is get to work, obviously, on that pasta. So I've got a big pot of boiling water here, and I'm gonna season that really well with salt. Now, people always grind my gears about the amount of salt I put in, but don't worry, because most of this is going down the drain. Just for that, oh, I'm gonna go in with 2 more. Okay. Now, the thing, especially when you're making pasta salad, which you are serving cold, a lot of the flavors kind of get a little dulled by the chilling in the fridge. So salting it really well gives you that seasoning that will actually kind of hold through even when you're eating it when it's cold. So that is definitely a key to bump it up to the next level. But into there, I'm going in with 250 grams of pasta. Now, I like a short pasta. I like something that has a little bit of nook and cranny situation going on. So I'm using rotini. Something like radiatori would be great as well. You could also do like shells. Basically something that will like catch some of the deliciousness that you're throwing in. So I'm gonna go in with about 250 grams of that pasta. Give that a little bit of a stir, and you just wanna cook that actually until it is fully cooked. Usually you'll say al dente, just until it's nice and kind of toothy. But again, since we're chilling it, that makes the starches firm up again. So if you cook it al dente, it's gonna be a little crunchy once it's cold, and we don't want that. So cook that fully. While that's doing its thing, we're gonna get to work on that chicken. Now, if you wanted to, you could also do this with tofu. You could throw in some flaked salmon, something like that. But we're going with chicken thighs today. I've got 4 chicken thighs in a bowl, boneless and skinless, which is a dream. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs are, since that bone has been removed, they kind of unroll, and there's tons of surface area. So that's gonna bring a ton of flavor and get absolutely beautiful. So onto there, we're gonna make this into pesto chicken. So for pesto chicken, we obviously need pesto. I'm not asking you to make pesto though, just go get your favorite store-bought pesto. My favorite pesto is actually from that bulk food store where you can only buy like 87 cans of tomatoes and stuff. Very, very good. But whatever you like, you are good to go. So I'm gonna go on with about 2 tablespoons of that prepared pesto. That has garlic in it, it's got basil, it's got oil, it's got everything that's delicious, a little bit of cheese. But that's gonna bring a ton of flavor. Now into there as well, I am going in with a little bit of oil. I almost lied to you and moved forward in the recipe, but I'm not going to. 2 tablespoons of oil go on there, just to help carry the flavor. Again, there's obviously oil in that pesto, but I like oil, so we're doing it. Then I'm going on with a little bit of garlic. So I've got 1 clove of garlic here, and I'm just gonna mince it on. Now, do you need this? No, you do not, because there is already garlic in that pesto, but I like a good garlicky punch whenever I'm eating anything, so that is gonna bring that for sure. Now, I'm gonna give that a bit of a mix after I season it with a bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just give that a bit of a toss together. Now, this is a great thing to do even if you're making like regular chicken breasts, if you've got bone in, skin on, whatever. Using pesto as a flavor booster where someone else has done all the work already is kind of a dream, especially for a weeknight meal. Let's give that a nice mix together just until it's nice and combined. And now I'm just gonna transfer that chicken onto a sheet pan that I've lined with a little bit of parchment paper. Since I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs, I am keeping them unrolled as opposed to keeping them nice and rolled up because they're gonna cook a little bit quicker. Give you a little more surface area too for some golden brown deliciousness. All right, spread over the rest of that pesto and we are good to go. Now that needs to go into a 425-degree oven for just about 20-ish minutes, just until it's cooked through. While that chicken does its thing though, we're gonna get to work on the sauce for this pasta salad. Now, I'm a mayonnaise girl through and through. I'm not gonna lie. If you wanna cut this with a little bit of yogurt, I will allow half and half, but you need mayonnaise. Don't skip it all together. It's delicious. It's a little lemony. It's really, really tasty. It's super, super great. So into my bowl that I'm actually gonna serve everything in, I'm gonna go in with about a half a cup of mayonnaise. So if you did wanna cut this with, well, you wouldn't really be cutting it with sour cream, but if you wanted to use sour cream, you could do half, or yogurt, you could do about a quarter cup of yogurt and a quarter cup of that mayonnaise. So that's gonna go in. Then we're gonna go in with a little bit of Dijon mustard. Do I need another spoon? No, I'm gonna use a fork. Just about 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. It's gonna give a little bit of a pop. It's gonna give a nice flavor, super, super tasty. A little bit of vinegariness too, really delish. Then I'm going in with my pesto. We are carrying that pesto through because this is a Caprese pasta salad, so we want that basil flavor. So I'm going in with about maybe 3 tablespoons of that pesto. It's gonna give a lot of flavor and be super tasty. Go in. Clearly I'm measuring everything very, very well. When you're making pasta salad, you do you. All right. Now into there, we're gonna go in also with some lemon zest and lemon juice. I love lemon zest. It gives a really nice bright flavor. It gives the flavor of a lemon without that acidity. And in my books, if you are throwing out that zest, you are throwing out money because there is so much flavor on the outside of that lemon. So just get that little bit of lemon or that little bit of yellow off from the outside. Tap that in. Some lemon juice in there will also cut through some of that richness. Maybe about half that lemon or a whole lemon, whatever you're feeling. Oh, that's a tough lemon. I hate it when you get a lemon of a lemon. You're like, oh, I get why they call bad cars this. Okay, we've got it. You know what I'm talking about. Jeff gets it. Okay, we got it. Okay. Give that a little bit of a stir. And then we're gonna go in with some salt, a little bit of pepper. Now, if you wanted to here, you could also go in with some chili flakes. That would be really nice. Give it a little bit of extra flavor. Get that all off of that spoon. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's pretty much it for the sauce. You can add in, though, anything you want. If you wanted to do this extra tomato-y, you could do a little sun-dried tomato pesto in there. That would be beautiful. But into there, we're gonna go in with that chicken. So I've got some of that chicken that I made earlier. It's cooled to room temperature, and it's cooked absolutely beautifully. We've got all of that deliciousness from that pesto on there, so that's gonna be an absolute dream. So all I need to do, I don't know why I put an oven mitt on, it's cool, so, you know, whatevs. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a chop. If you wanted to, you could also shred this chicken for a little bit more of kind of a rustic vibe. But I really like a little dice for this because it's gonna give you kind of a similar consistency as all the other mix-ins in this beautiful salad. So just chop up that chicken. It's nice and juicy, perfectly cooked. You can smell the pesto on there. There's that lemon, that garlic, a little bit of that Parmesan cheese, which is always a dream. You can cut it up however you'd like. I'm clearly going very devil-may-care. And just add that on into that beautiful bowl. Again, by doing this all in the bowl that you're serving in, it is gonna save on cleanup, which is an absolute dream. Now, for the pasta, I do have some over here that is already cooked. And don't change the channel, because I'm about to tell you something that I've never told you before. When you're cooking pasta, typically, you do not rinse it, because you want that starch on the outside. It helps all the sauce kind of stick. For pasta salad, rinse it. I know, guys. I feel like it's dramatic. In the world of cooking, it's dramatic. But that's gonna remove all of that excess starch that's on the outside. So then your pasta salad isn't gonna turn into just a block in your fridge that's the shape of whatever container you have it in. It's also gonna help it cool down quicker and stop the cooking process so it doesn't overcook. So this is looking good. It's nice and cool. I'm gonna go in with those noodles. I made some extra, so we're gonna save those for later. And then to bring that Caprese vibe, I've got 2 cups of halved cherry tomatoes. I love a cherry tomato. Yes, it is almost cherry tomato season, but I'm not gonna lie, cherry tomatoes are the only tomatoes that never do me wrong. You get a tomato in the middle of December and it looks beautiful, it's gross. Cherry tomatoes, always good, always sweet and tasty. Now we also need some cheese in there, obviously. So I'm going in with about 2 cups of bocconcini. Now I've cut this into quarters, but basically you want it about the size of those tomatoes. So add that right on in. Bocconcini is just fresh mozzarella. If you wanted to make this a little more like rough and tumble, you could easily do it with just like pizza mozzarella. I would not say no to that. Cube that up. Smoked mozzarella would be really nice as well. Give that a good mix together. You might think there is too much dressing, but there's not. It's gonna absorb into those noodles, keep everything beautiful. Now, the final thing you obviously need anytime you're doing something with caprese kind of vibes is some fresh basil. So I'm gonna pop this right forward and then just tear your basil leaves all over top. By tearing them, you're gonna give beautiful flavor, super perfumey. I don't know about you, but I cannot walk by a basil plant without touching it, so this is my dream right now. Put a little on your, your neck for a little bit of perfume, and you are good to go. This, honestly, is a dream for spring. It's perfect for summer barbecues. I can't wait to dig in. All right, we gotta take a quick break, but we got a great show coming up for you, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Up next, Office Style Redefined. We're showing you how to elevate your 9-to-5 looks, coming up next. Tomorrow, on an all-new episode of The Good Stuff, it's the Great Canadian Camping Cook-Off. 2 foodies go head-to-head to turn classic campfire staples into 5-star fare. Chef Michael Smith is our judge, and he's firing things up with crave-worthy meals made with wood, fire, and smoke. Then, we put the glam in glamping. Leanne Allaire-Perreault has the hottest gear to upgrade your campsite. That's tomorrow on an all-new episode.
Style is the dynamic sister duo, Gail and Leslie Thompson. Hello, ladies. How's it going?
We're so happy to be here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I am absolutely thrilled about this one. Now, office dressing. It's changed a lot in the recent years.
Absolutely.
So, kind of, what's the key for that?
So honestly, we don't have to reach for the regular suit anymore. A lot of suiting styles are coming in fun fabrics, prints, and that's the time to take a little bit of chances.
Also, summer's coming up, the weather's getting warmer, so we want to give you a little something to spice things up for the summertime.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah, no, nothing worse than being all stuffy in the
Exactly,
middle of summer.
exactly. We want to be comfortable, loosey-goosey.
Totally, I love a loosey-goosey. Okay, so you have styled 3 different looks for us. And if you at home like any of these looks, just scan the QR code on your screen. So let's get started with Karen. Come on out. Okay. Oh, this is a nice look. This is very nice.
We're loving it. So as we said before, you don't always have to reach for a suit. So what we've done here is went with this linen blend 2-piece set from H&M. It marries contemporary styling, office appropriateness, and but still keeps the classic design of the pinstripe print that we see here.
I love that.
So what we love about this particular print is that the print, because it matches, it gives you that long, lean look. Nothing's breaking up with the eye here. And we also, there's some darting in the bodice of the vest, so it really highlights Karen's curves so beautifully.
That's the thing, because the set matches, that pinstripe is just like
right?
just
you
like
look like you go on for days.
Yes, I love
Which we love.
Yeah.
And also, because of this, it's a set, it gives you versatility, which is something we're always looking for, right? We're all on a budget these days. So you can always layer on a more formal blazer to create a more formal, dressed up look, or do what we've done here, something easy, breezy, casual for those warmer days. But also, we love this wide leg trouser. It gives you freedom of movement, you have that comfort, but it also creates a really balanced silhouette, balancing out the top too. We then just threw on this cardigan a la Carlton. Do you remember Carlton?
Right? It's very like
It's giving Carlton vibes.
We got to do the
A little preppy, right?
Yeah.
And then this beautiful toe, and my favorite are these ballerina flats and that woven texture, just giving a little bit more visual interest to the look, and she's ready to go.
Absolutely beautiful, Karen. You look great. Thanks so much. Yeah. All right, next up, we have got Janice. Come on out. Whoa, Janice is going to an important meeting.
Very board meeting.
Board boardroom boss babe all the way. This red dress from Zara is the epitome of elegance and just style.
Yes.
Making it perfectly appropriate for the office. This bold, beautiful red color is associated with confidence and strength and power, which is something you want to bring to the office space, right? So we love the structured fitted bodice that really just highlights her curves while still remaining office appropriate. And it just has the structure that it just fits her so beautifully. And it just makes her look long and lean as well.
Totally.
Now, we love the buttons that we see down the dress as well as the belt. It's like dress jewelry.
I like that. It's like you don't have to put anything extra on. You already got it.
It's already there.
Yeah.
So we love that. It just, again, following the long line of her body, and then it has a little kick pleat in the front for ease of movement when she's walking, but still, again, very office appropriate. She is definitely conveying girl boss vibes right here. And then we finished off the look with these black slingback patent leather shoes from Aldo Shoes. And oh, we can't forget the blazer now.
This is where you're going. This is big business.
Oh yeah, now,
Exactly.
this is what we're talking about. We threw it over the shoulders. We call that Vogue editor style. That's our
And a
little
winter.
Yes. Anytime you put a coat on and you don't put your arms through, you always feel so fancy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You may only speak to me when I speak to you. And then we have the structured tote purse, also from Aldo Shoes, to finish off the look.
Absolutely beautiful. Janice, you look so nice in this. Great job. Yeah. All right, up next is Megan. Let's see what Megan's in.
All right, Miss Megan.
Oh, Megan looks like she works in film.
Right? And we love that for her. So with this look here, we did go for a traditional suit, but in a more easy breezy, fun linen blend from Reitman's. We're loving this suit. It's super casual, and it melds a traditional suit where they make more casual, contemporary feeling. We also have some darts in the jacket that will highlight Megan's curves oh so beautifully. She looks just fabulous. And then, of course, we pushed up the sleeve. You gotta use the sleeve to keep her styling and profiling.
But my favorite are these pants. The drawstring,
I love a
am
drawstring.
obsessed. So you have the wide leg with the freedom of movement and the drawstring with the freedom to eat whatever you want at lunchtime. Or if you have one of those bloated days or whatever, you can just adjust it as needed. So I'm absolutely here for that. Then we added this terracotta top.
It's so pretty.
Right?
Yeah.
It adds some depth to the look. It just draws your attention there, and it just really takes it to another level. And the playful pump, we had to have a print.
I was going to say, where's my leopard print?
Right,
Please?
in
I
the
love
leopard
it. Yeah.
print. It has a nice kitten heel that you can easily run around the office in, but just adds a little bit of personality and style to the look while still remaining very businesslike. And then to accessorize, the sunglasses, the you can't talk to me sunglasses. We absolutely have to have that. This is the boss babe making moves, and the beautiful tote bag. She's ready for the boardroom and beyond.
I love this. Megan, you look fantastic. I love these glasses on you. Jill and Leslie, thank you so much. Great job. Keep it in office. Chic, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Coming up, design legends Colin and Justin reveal how to have that effortless vacation home look without leaving your house.
Coastal chic vibe into our living rooms. Please welcome Colin McAllister and Justin Ryan. How's it going?
Good, Mary.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm feeling very calm right now, very coastal. So first up, how would you describe this kind of coastal chic decor look?
Okay, in that sentence, you said, I am feeling something.
Yes.
You know, coastal chic is something we all dream about.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be close to the ocean. We want to feel the waves outside. We want to really invoke that lifestyle, don't we? Exactly.
Yeah.
It gets your juices flowing, okay? So if you're designing your home, do you want it to be anonymous? No. You want to walk in there, you want to feel your heartbeat, and I think coastal style is the way to go, but we're going to show you how to do it in a slightly more sophisticated way.
Okay, I love that. Now, first off, how do you kind of describe that coastal chic decor?
Well, do you know what? We absolutely love anything that is relaxed and totally slow. There's a real thing at the moment in our work that we like to whisper everything rather than scream it. So we want to take it really quietly. Lots and lots of linens, lots and lots of really soft textures, everything that conspires that mood that you get when you go on holiday.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely absolutely love that in your own home. Go to your living room in your own holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right, now you both say that this decor style is super close to your hearts. Do you mind telling us why?
Of course, Mary. So I want to take you back to 5 years ago to the pandemic that dare not speak its name. And Colin and I decided that we needed a bit of a midlife crisis side hustle. Very early.
Yeah, I was going to say,
almost
like a
teenage. Thank you,
spring
Mary.
chicken
We were
crisis.
only in our 20s.
Yeah,
Our
100%.
1920s.
Yeah.
It was actually puberty.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
that was the crisis.
But we
Yeah.
wanted a bit of a change. Now, I love my urban existence. I love my life in Toronto,
Yeah.
and it's fast and it's busy, and that's just how we like it. But we wanted to do something that felt like a bit of a right-angled turn.
Yeah.
So we decided to buy a cabin in Nova Scotia.
A hotel?
No, we decided to buy a cabin.
okay.
So we
This
decided
does
to buy
not
a
look
cabin.
like a cabin.
Well, do you know what? Our plan developed, and
Yeah.
our dream for a little tiny cabin developed into buying a massive hotel.
Wow.
So 5 acres of oceanfront property in a town called Lewisburg,
Yeah.
22 bedrooms, the coastal breeze and air everywhere you go. It's called North Star because it was our North Star in
Yeah.
a time of need when we needed an escape.
Yeah.
So it's so beautiful, so low key, and we can't wait to get back there. It's our summer gig every year for 5 months.
Yeah.
We run it, we're on site every single day.
Your
and
hoteliers, that's your
we
summer
are.
vacation.
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It kind of almost feels like being a student going back to your summer job again.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
amazing. North Star is where you
Amazing.
need to get.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely stunning. Well, I'm really excited because you're going to bring that North Star into
We
our
are. Better than North
homes.
Star magic.
So what are some of your key tips? Let's start off with comfort, because I know that's big for you.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to talk about the sofa?
So, you know, sofas for us are super important. Upholstery is such an important part of your scheme. We always advise people, get your big ticket items first.
Yeah.
So don't buy a cushion and then try and generate an interior scheme. Buy the sofa and then layer on all the smaller elements. This sofa here comes from Castle Life in Toronto. They're a brilliant company, and what I love about them, elbows up, they'll deliver all the way across Canada.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wherever you want to live, wherever you want to buy your sofa, they'll send it for you. Now, this guy here has got foam on the back cushions for really soft yield as you move in. And importantly, it's got foam and feather on the bottom parts. It's super comfy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of sofa that you can stretch out on and fall asleep on.
Yeah.
And it would make you feel you were on holiday the minute you settled your bum into that.
There you go. I love that energy. That's amazing. Yeah. So we've got that big kind of piece here that we're working around. Is there anything? Yeah. Where else are we going?
We're going to go with this kind of cluster in front here. We actually chose these tables because it made us think of driftwood. You know, just of timber that had been washed up upon the shore.
Yeah.
And we like that look. We like the leggy look as well. It feels like deck chairs.
I love this term leggy.
Legs.
Like we cluster the leggies together.
Legs for days,
Yeah,
Mary.
legs for
Legs
days,
for days.
gentlemen. Yeah.
Absolutely, okay. Endless stems
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
have. We just like the look of that. And having a glass top as well, it's reflective. It makes us think of the ocean as well. It makes us think of sea glass being washed up on the shore as well.
Mary,
100%.
you are.
All right, now we have to talk about statement lighting because
Okay.
we've got quite the statement lighting happening here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, I love these. These pieces also came from Castle Life. And for me, they're so redolent of the beach. I mean, it's almost like a little flock of seagulls flying overhead. They're super textural. And it's so important for us that bulbs are hidden at the moment because I don't want to see the glare of the filament. I think we've returned to a much softer aesthetic. So those guys up there are absolutely terrific, really gentle,
Yeah.
and they really allude to days on the beach as well.
They really do, and I love a bird. So I was like, a
I know
bird
you
and
do.
a light. Oh.
I heard you're a complete bird
I
fetishist.
am. I do love a
almost.
bird.
You're a bird fetishist, Mary. You good?
Exactly.
Any particular bird you love most?
I mean, I love a kingfisher and
Oh,
I love a puffin.
because they're leggy.
I know exactly.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, and they got a big mouth.
Yeah. Which is a good thing.
Okay, sound familiar?
All right, now this is the thing that I think is really great because when I came in here, I talked about a feeling of coastal. The thing you want to talk about is being inspired by coastal, but not overly gimmicky. Talk to me about that.
You know what? There's no anchors on the wall. There's
Yeah.
no kind of like murals of dolphins leaping through the surf.
You don't hear a foghorn when you're
Exactly.
in. Yeah.
You know, I would love that though. That could be your alarm clock in the morning. You know, it's a bit more adult and a bit more sophisticated.
Yeah.
And if you take a look at the console there, I think that's a perfect example. You know, it really works in this scheme. Number one, The colour.
Yeah.
It feels like sun-bleached timber. A piece of wood that's been lying on the shore, salted and then sunned and brought to that beautiful pale shade.
Yeah.
We love that.
Okay.
Less is more, Mary.
Less is more. I like that.
You're
Definitely
less
our
like-
personal energy, right? Yeah. All right, now we are going to talk about accessories, which
Okay.
is a big one. But first, let's talk about this focal wall we've got going on.
I love this. Again, to me, that looks almost like a little naive beach hut that you'd find on a remote part of
Yeah.
a beautiful island on the shore, weathered by the wind and ravaged by the salt water. That's actually by a great Canadian company called About Murals. Now, About Murals are a terrific resource. We use them all the time. If there's an image that you want to create, a lovely backdrop, the chances are About Murals will have it. That's a peel and stick, so it can go up.
wow.
You can actually, if you're a real cheapskate and you're moving house and you're in a rental, pop it up, whip it back down, roll it back up inside out, take it to your next place.
I like that.
Is my Scottish showing?
Scottish?
Is my Scottish showing?
I like it. I like it.
But it's so important, and all of that, setting the backdrop is so important for accessorising. So we've got a nice big strident bowl from HomeSense. Really making a statement. Again, less is more. You might be tempted to use lots of them. Pull it back, save your cash. Use a little bit and make a big statement.
Yeah, that's absolutely stunning. Now, I know you also wanted to talk about coastal patterns and textures and things, so let's chat about that.
Exactly. You know, it's got to be a visual look. It's got to be a feast for the finger as well. You want everything to feel fantastic. And, you know, take a look at that rug. That is from IKEA. Stripes.
We love
Come
it.
on.
We love a
beach,
stripe.
Stripes.
Yeah.
You know, it's a marriage made in heaven. You think of, I don't know, if you were in England, Brighton beach huts, or even just a towel on the beach. You know, it's really evocative.
These beautiful little timber details are lush. But I want you to cast your eyes down to the onyx, because we are championing a return to onyx. So long it was sidelined in the 1970s to ashtrays and lighters stuck in the corner. Onyx is a really beautiful stone. It's so different to many others because it's so stridently ribboned. There's all that lovely striation in there. It's such a great piece. So gentle. It's all about whispering. We talked about that at the top of the segment. It's not about screaming design. Lots of anything that makes you think of naive things, found in the beach, gathered, taken home.
I absolutely love that, gentlemen. Fantastic tips.
Mary.
Thank you so much for bringing the color. And for more decor inspiration, Colin and Justin are sending you all home with a copy of their Cabin magazine. Enjoy. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Guys, that was so good.
Up next, Top Chef Canada judge Eden Grinshpan joins us with bold, veg-forward dishes from her new cookbook. That's coming up.
We are in the kitchen with the one and only Eden Grinshpan. Hello, Eden. Oh my gosh, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled. I'm great.
Oh my gosh, I am amped about this. Now, Eden, last time you were here, we cooked something absolutely delicious from your first cookbook.
Yes.
But you teased that another cookbook was coming out in the spring.
Yes, I did. And she's here.
Spring is here.
I
So
brought
is
her.
Tahini Baby.
My Tahini Baby.
Oh my
she's
gosh.
here. And it's been, it's just so amazing. Obviously, it came out a little while ago and people are starting to cook from it. And it's like really just bringing so much happiness to my life.
Isn't it amazing when you see these things that you've worked so hard on make their way onto other people's tables and
It's
into their
emotional.
family?
It's emotional.
Yeah.
And now I'm a part of all these people's homes and like their family stories. So it's been great. I'm so happy.
Oh my gosh, and she's a beautiful baby, I must
Thank
say.
you.
She's an
Thank
absolute
you.
stunner.
I call her my fourth child.
Yeah.
My kids will not be into that joke.
Yeah.
They start understanding. They're gonna be like,
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The thing that I love so much, first off, the title Tahini Baby, absolutely beautiful. But the subtitle, Bright Everyday Recipes that happen to be vegetarian.
Yes.
Now, talk to me a little bit about that, because there's a lot of obviously Mediterranean and Middle Eastern inspired recipes in
Yes.
here. But again, they happen to be vegetarian.
Well, both of those inspirations really lend themselves to having a very veg-forward life.
Yeah.
And this book is all about celebrating vegetables and really putting them at the center of your table. And my husband and I just started eating like this over time. It wasn't something that we really kind of focused on. We weren't just like, okay, let's eat mostly vegetables or vegetarian. It was something that just like organically happened.
Yeah.
And that's honestly how I started cooking more online. And so when it came time to putting together my book, Tahini Baby, it was kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And so now I have over 100 recipes celebrating vegetables and grains.
I love it. Speaking of vegetables. I'm gonna go turn these down.
Oh,
'cause we're
sorry.
feeling- no, I'm
oh my
obsessed.
God. I didn't even see. You're on it.
I'm on it. I got it.
It's smoking
Yeah.
over here.
Okay, before we get into what we are making over there,
Yes.
let's talk about the first dish that we have here. What are we talking about?
Okay, so this is from my chapter called Wow Salads.
Love that.
Okay, and we love a wow salad
Yes,
moment.
yeah.
This is my halloumi citrus fennel salad with an Aleppo honey. And we have here, obviously, as you can see, we have halloumi, which I actually pan-sear in olive oil with some fennel seeds.
Oh, I love that.
So you get a little bit of that like fennel. Oh, by the way, do you feel that in
We
your
do.
throat?
We're getting that spice.
There is some spice.
We're moving
cooking
into
over there.
spice later.
So we have fennel seed, we have halloumi that we sear and it gets nice and golden. And we were just talking about this earlier. Halloumi is kind of like the cheese, a steak cheese.
Yes,
It
it's
is
like the cheese steak.
So meaty and delicious.
LOL, it's the original cheese steak.
It's the, yes.
There you go.
I'll
We
take
got it. Yeah.
So we have fennel, we have some citrus here, a nice variety. And what we're going to do is why don't we just squeeze over some fresh lemon juice.
Perfect.
And then we're going to put some extra virgin olive oil, my favorite kind of topping for a dressing. It's super bright. Then we're going to put some fresh mint on there and some fennel fronds.
I love
so
this.
always keep the fronds from your fennel. It's such a waste to toss them, and they're so lovely, and they have a beautiful texture and more gorgeous flavor to
I
it.
love the fact that we have 3 different, basically, uses of fennel in here. We've got the shaved fennel, you've got the beautiful fronds, which are kind of like an herb, but then you've got that seed in there as well. So many different flavor notes.
There's an anise note to
Yeah,
it, and it's
yeah.
lovely. We're going to top it with some pistachios because I absolutely love a nutty texture on top.
Good crunch.
And then obviously some salt. I'm using some Malden here. I love a crunchy sea salt for the top here. And then what we're going to do is we have some honey and some Aleppo. Aleppo is this beautiful citrusy kind of chili spice, and it is just absolutely wonderful when it's mixed with honey. This is very straightforward and very simple, but it's amazing how much of a punch it really packs.
It's almost like you're making like hot honey's kind of all the
Yes,
rage,
yes.
but you're doing it with the Aleppo pepper.
Yes.
So it's giving a different, again, citrusy note.
And like you don't look at that. I just making a mess.
Yeah, love it.
So I'm taking this like really fun honey thing because I saw it and I have to use it because I don't have one at home.
I know it feels very Winnie the Pooh.
It does.
Yeah.
And then what we want to do is just drizzle this on top.
Oh my
So we
gosh,
have that
yes.
Aleppo honey going on top. You get a bite of the sweetness, you get that chili. And just think about all those layers we just put in there. It truly is. It comes together. Every bite is different.
Do you know
Every
what
bite is fun.
I love the fact that you didn't mix the vinaigrette together. So again, every bite is gonna have a little bit more honey, less honey, more citrus, more olive oil.
Yeah, and then you kind of just like take it, you serve it like this. You can obviously mix it, but like you can serve it right from the bowl and everyone can just like, pick and have fun.
I was gonna say, this looks like, in my opinion, a hand salad. So I'm gonna go in for a piece of halloumi, obviously. Let's give this a taste.
joining you. I'm joining you.
Oh my gosh, Eden! Absolute wizard. That is delicious.
The halloumi with the honey too, because it's salty with that sweet and the chili.
Stone Cold Stunner, absolute delight.
Oh my God, you're a delight.
All right, Tim. Okay, now moving on to, honestly, some of my absolute favorite flavors. We've got eggplant, we've got harissa, we've got garlic, we've got tahini. What are we making?
Okay, halloumi down. I took a really big bite.
I know, I'm going into.
What am I thinking? Okay, so we're making the eggplant schnitzel from my chapter called Boss Veg.
Love
okay?
that.
So this is like your main dish. This is your centerpiece on your table. There's so much going on here. I love eggplant. And this is for everyone out there that isn't a big fan of eggplant. Make this, you will become a fan of eggplant, okay?
It's true.
Yes, so you want to slice it. We're going to put some salt just to kind of drain out some of the moisture. That helps it from not absorbing too much oil. Pat it dry. And then what we're going to do is we're setting up a breading station, okay? So we have some AP flour right here with some cornstarch, seasoned it well with salt and pepper. Just cover both sides.
Perfect.
Then we're going to throw it into an egg wash, salt and pepper, season obviously really well. You want to season every step to make sure it really puts that flavor into that eggplant.
That's the thing. It's not just about that salty finish. It's to really just enhance the flavors of every single thing you're doing.
Absolutely. And then we're going to throw it into panko.
We love panko.
We love panko. It's crispy, it's crunchy, it's so fun to eat. And I just feel like it gives such a great coating.
Yes.
Then we have some hot oil. We have a neutral oil here. I like it because it has a high smoke point. So we're going to throw it right into our oil because we're looking for a gorgeous golden color, okay?
Let's go in. Always away from you. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Stunner.
Perfect.
She's doing it.
She's gorgeous. So we're going to fry that on both sides until it's nice and golden like so, okay?
Okay.
And then what we have here, which we saw, oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. We got,
It's
there's
a
the
party.
flavor.
It's a party in your kitchen, okay? So what we have here is we have some shallots, okay? This has been cooking down with some harissa, which is this gorgeous. She has spicy.
I was gonna say, harissa will clear your sinuses.
Yeah, she will.
And it's a good thing.
In the best way possible. We have some coriander, we have some fennel again. Clearly, I am having a moment with it. And then we have garlic, okay? So this has so much flavor in it. The shallots also, sorry, I didn't mention, there's shallots in there. So they cook down, they're super jammy. Then what we're gonna do is add in some cherry tomatoes, okay? And then we're gonna add in some water. And we're gonna mix that together. And what we're gonna do is just gonna let it kind of simmer and do its thing, okay?
Now, Eden,
Yes.
this is a TV thing that's happened. We've got a little bit of catching on the bottom of the pan, but honestly, I don't mind it with that water. It picks it up, brings it in, gives you a bit of smoke.
It totally.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. That's totally fair. We're just gonna mix it together. I love a little bit of like a char kind of caramelized flavor anyways.
Me too,
so
me too.
We're still good. We're still good here.
Okay,
so
love it.
we wanna bring it kind of like to a simmer, cover it, turn it down, and then what you have here is this gorgeous sauce, okay?
Oh my gosh, yes.
This sauce is full of so much flavor.
Can I give it a taste?
Absolutely. You have those spices, the shallots, which are nice and sweet.
Oh my gosh, that's delicious.
You have that heat, okay? The harissa has a beautiful heat to it. I absolutely love that. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to start assembling. And now, for me, this book really showcases a lot of condiments and sauces. I'm a big sauce girl.
Me too.
Big sauce
Love
girl.
sauce.
And we're going to top this. So we're gonna have, we have the eggplant here, then we have the sauce. If you want it, I'm gonna just pass that. Sorry, I'm a lefty.
Oh, are you a lefty?
I know, things get weird.
Wild.
I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm also gonna flip this just in case.
Oh,
Okay.
we're getting a little gold. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Anyway,
All right.
so what I want you to do is put the tomato sauce right on top.
I'm gonna still spin.
I'm gonna pass that to you.
Thank you, thank you.
And then what we're going to cover that with is garlicky tahini. Obviously, I have a thing for tahini.
I
My
was gonna
book's
say,
called Tahini Baby.
So far, I was like, it's a fennel baby, but we're doing the tahini baby, and I'm so excited.
So tahini is this beautiful sesame paste, and I have a recipe for garlicky tahini in my book, which is tahini paste with grated garlic, lemon juice, ice water, and I whip it up in a blender so it gets really beautiful, light, and airy.
I love that.
And once you start using this in your life, you're never going to look back.
No, it's
It
true.
is literally the dream condiment.
Sweet and savory, too.
It's sweet. You can use it sweet. You can use it savory. And also for a vegetarian book, look at this. It's stunning.
Come on.
For a vegetarian book, it's a good source of protein. You've got calcium. You have it's great for iron, vitamin B, vitamin E. There's actually a lot that goes into this, which is like so amazing.
Yeah.
So like this is what we have going on. You have that crispy, crunchy eggplant.
Eden, do you know what I love about all this? It's
Talk
what I
to
call
me.
pile food, and pile food is the best food.
This is the only kind of food I know.
100%.
This is the only food I know. Sorry, I have to.
She
while we're
must.
here.
She simply must.
I
Eden,
have.
huge congratulations on
Thank
this
you so
absolute
much.
stone cold
Thank you so
She's a
much.
beaut. There are so many more delicious recipes where these came from, and thanks to Eden, you're all going home with a copy of her second book, Tahini Baby. Enjoy. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. We're gonna dig in. I have to get into it. My next guest is a New York Times best-selling romance novelist. Back to chat about her newest love story, One Golden Summer. Please welcome Canada's own and one of my personal favorites, Carley Fortune.
I am so good. I'm so happy to be here with you again.
I am thrilled to have you back. Now, last time you were here, we were talking about your last novel, but we
Yes.
simply have to get into how good One Golden Summer is.
Thank you.
I cannot tell you,
Thank
I
you.
devoured this book in like less than a day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I want to ask you, I feel like I've seen you talk about this online so many times. Why was now the time to go back to Barry's Bay, to revisit Charlie's story?
Yeah, well, this is a story that readers have asked me for a number of years, but I felt like I needed to have a certain level of confidence as an author before I could go back to a place and characters that readers had such like strong opinions about, a lot of passion for. And it was kind of a journey for me after I wrote my first novel. And then after that, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it again.
Yeah.
And it took a few books to feel like, okay, I understand I can write a book now.
Yes, it wasn't just lightning striking once. It's something
Yes.
you can actually do.
Yeah, and when it came time to talk about the fourth book, I just felt like the right moment. Readers were still discovering Every Summer After. There was an adaptation in the works. I wanted to kind of get ahead of that.
Yeah.
And I felt like I have enough confidence to kind of put people's opinions and expectations aside
That's
and,
huge.
and tell a story that I wanted to tell.
Because that's the thing. With Every Summer After, obviously we're following Percy and Sam,
Yes.
but there is this additional character, Charlie, Sam's brother.
Yes.
And I feel like people were like, justice for Charlie. We want to see him have a happy ending.
Literally,
Yeah.
yes. When I was on book tour for Meet Me at the Lake, 2 women waited at the end of my signing line. So they waited for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And they came up to me and said, "We have a bone to pick with
Oh,
you."
no.
And that's what I did.
What did I do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
And they said, "We need a happy ending for Charlie.
Yeah.
Justice for Charlie."
Yeah.
And then people would pitch me ideas of
Yeah.
who he should be with, like other characters from my novels. I would
man.
get DMs all the time. So like there was a lot, like
So there's a lot of crowdsourcing attempts.
there were.
Honestly, it's such a fantastic book, but we have to talk also about the title.
Yeah.
Now, there's a bit of an interesting story. I hear this is the hardest title that you had to come up with.
Yes.
What was the inspiration for One Golden Summer?
Yeah, we really struggled with the title for this book.
Yeah.
And I have never got a title for I've never titled one of my books.
Really?
I've decided I'm not good at it.
Okay, I love this, yeah.
But my editor had a lot of lists of titles.
Yeah.
I had a lot of lists, and none of them felt right.
Yeah.
And then I'm a big Harry Styles fan.
Fantastic. Who doesn't? Yes, so good.
Love him. And my editor was like, "You love Harry Styles. I'm going to look at his songs and his lyrics for inspiration, just like try something new."
Yeah.
And one of the ideas she had was the word golden. He has a song called Golden.
Yeah.
I love that word. And it's so evocative and really suits the book.
Yeah.
And that's where One Golden Summer came in. And we liked that it was like, Every Summer After sounds like a storybook title.
It does.
And One Golden Summer has that kind of storybook quality too. So it fit. Yeah.
Thanks, Harry Styles.
Yeah. As always.
As always. Fantastic. Now, from Barry's Bay, where you spent a good amount of your childhood, to
Yes.
Huntsville, Toronto, PEI.
Yes.
All of your books take place in Canada.
They do,
Which I personally love. I was like, you're making Canada, you're putting us on the map. It's so great. But I hear that wasn't always maybe a draw to people that you talked to when you were talking about writing your books. Maybe there was a bit of pushback.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote Every Summer After for myself. I wasn't necessarily intending on publishing it when I was writing. And then the first step in publishing is getting an agent. So I asked agents, is the setting going to be a problem? Because what I had heard is that I really care about reaching a broad audience, and that if you want to reach an audience outside of Canada, you should set your books in the United States.
Yes.
And most agents a lot of people were unsure. I had one agent, a Canadian agent, tell me I should set it in an American beach town. I was like, I'm not going to do that.
No.
And then eventually I found my agent, who's my dream agent, Taylor Haggerty. She's based in Los Angeles. She's like, I love the setting.
Yeah.
And my editor, Amanda Bergeron, who's in New York, she was like, I love the setting.
Yeah.
They were surprised that I asked the question.
Yeah.
They were like, we think this is like one of the draws of the book. And the
A
setting's
small
character.
town near Algonquin Park.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Who doesn't want to go to Canada?
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want to escape to Canada?
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that I had these 2 women who were very confident in the book as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I can see in hindsight how important. I love writing setting too. It's so important to my books.
I will say, the setting, the way you write places, it makes them, I know people say this, but it genuinely makes them feel like a character. When I've been reading your books, I can almost tell where they are taking place before you even mention a town.
Oh,
which I
love that.
I'm like, this is Huntsville. This isn't Gravenhurst. This is Huntsville.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I did an event last night and 4 or 5 readers said, we went to Prince Edward Island after you wrote This Summer. We read This Summer Will Be Different. We went to Prince Edward Island. And then one of them said, and now I'm going to move there. And I love, and another person said, I never wanted to travel within Canada. I was always going outside the country. But then I started reading your books. Yeah. And now I want to travel in Canada. And it makes me so, so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, you bring so much joy with your work, Carley. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure.
If you have yet to read this book, go get it immediately. It is amazing. Your entire catalog is a dream. It's like my comfort novel. So thank you for writing them, Carley.
Oh my gosh.
Let's hear for Carley Fortune, everybody. One Golden Summer is out now. Go pick it up. We got to take a break, but we'll be right back. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today. If you want to be on the show for anything from fashion and beauty to decor, makeovers, and cooking, just scan the QR code on your screen to apply. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for more of the good stuff.